All right, now that you have, with me, created a shape and a drawing, my challenge to you is to pick a different shape. Just muscle memory of going back through, making the part, the extrusions, and then putting the part on the drawing sheet. Hopefully, next time you can be a lot faster, and if you just through repetition, creating a little muscle memory of kind of where these things are non shape. So we're wanting this to not be like this thing that's always a big stretch of how to do it, but actually to retain this skill. So, you don't have to make that shape, but there's just a quick example. You can grab 6 blocks. I would say don't make it too complicated, like literally just something with 6 blocks and see what you can come up with. If I were to make one like this, maybe I'll make something separate though. Something like this. Also, you can think about different ways to do it. Like, my first sketch could be this U shape, right? Do I have to go line segment, line segment, line segment, line segment? No. Yeah. Can you think of other ways? Like, I could make a rectangle. Okay. Remember to start with a fixed point. And if I have a rectangle there, that represents kind of the overall shape. That could be 2.25, and the height is 1.5. And I need that U shape, right? So what I need is not this entire rectangle, but kind of just the U. So now I can make a shape that kind of quarantines off an area. Whether I do it with lines, which would be 3 line segments, or I can just grab the rectangle tool again and make a rectangle that is the size of 1 cube. And then I got a constraint that's locked onto the top, and I don't want to that's the midpoint. I don't want to lock it to the midpoint. So I don't know why it's I don't want to let go, and that symbol's there. So I want to get this perfectly centered though, right? So basically centered is going to be when this distance right here, or this distance, is 0.75. So I'll turn on the dimension tool, and how about we just say from here to here, the distance between those two lines has to be 0.75. And look, it all turned black because I have a fixed point. I've got the overall height, etc. So then you could extrude. So maybe just think about different ways to do it. 0.75. And then I think on this one, no matter where you put that extra block, you can get geometric constraints like anywhere without having to dimension. So, like the rectangle tool, if I wanted it here, I could get a geometric constraint with those 2 points and never have to dimension. If I wanted it in a corner, I could go that way. Again, 2 geometric constraints, it'll be the exact size. This way, right, I could get a constraint to be on the bottom, and I could probably be vertical from here. So I think there I can get geometric constraints. So I think with just clicking strategically, I can get that shape to be exactly what I want. And then you extrude that. Remember, it should be on add, not new. We don't want a separate piece, but become one with piece. If the merge scope for some reason doesn't know what to add to, just click that merge scope and then click your part so it knows what to add onto. And then boom, you got your part. And then you're going to pop over to a drawing tab. If you've already got your drawing, right, so you can expand here and add more pages. So you've already got your first one. Just go to a new sheet. You don't need to make a whole new drawing tab is what I'm saying, right? So if you hit this plus and drawing, you don't do that. Just go to your drawing tab environment and hit this little panel, this little button, or handle I might call it, that pulls out this menu, and hit this button right here. It adds a new sheet, and then you can go through the options again of inserting a view. So, right, insert to go choose the part you want. I'm going to leave it on front. These are a little big for a 1-to-1 scale if I'm going to put all 6 views. And then, right, there's my front. It automatically goes to project, and remember, and the front's already selected, so I'm going to project the front up. From here, I have to select the front again each time. Front left, front to right to project those, right, left and rights. Choose the front and go down to get the bottom. It's so nice, it does it for you, get everything right. Now to get the back, you can't choose the front because it's a 180 turn to get to the back. So projecting the front's only going to turn 90 degrees. So I need to choose the right and go right again. Oh, and I see a problem with this. Okay, so my problem is I can tell this is too long. Okay, so I made a mistake. I'm going to go back to my part studio. I was being too fast for the video. Extrude 8. The extrusion distance is 0.75. That's a little too long. So now I go back to my drawing, and it still looks too long. If you make changes to your part in the part studio, this will not update until you hit this refresh button. This updates the drawing. There you go. So I've got my orthographics, and then I will project again to get the isometrics. Okay. Notice over here, the front is not indented and has a different symbol than the top, left, right, and bottom. Those were all projections, okay, of the front. Right? They're all indented the same amount. Now the back is actually a projection of the right. That's why it's nested on the right and indented more. This is like an outline. It tells me what got used for what. A little test that you did it right, as well as just moving the front, making sure that the right, left, and back all move with it vertically. And if I move the front to the right or to the left, the top and the bottom, notice that they move too. So that's a little test that you did it right. They should move along. All right, for the orthographics, I might select them all and then turn on hidden lines. So I right click on one and go to the show or hide menu, and I can choose to show hidden. And it'll automatically give you the right answers of where the hidden lines go. It's amazing. And then for the isometrics, I will select all of them and right click and say show the shaded version of those. We only shade the isometrics. We're never going to shade the orthographics. All right, and there you go. There is another drawing.